You know, well, first of all, hi, hope you're doing great. I was looking through YouTube and you see so many places like this. Small towns in the United States where the young people have left. There are people in the town of retirement age and older. Businesses are closed. You see lots of store signs, but if you go up to the store, the doors are locked. Nobody's in. Ceilings caved in. Walls caved in from um, leakage of rain and so forth. All of the infrastructure is there, but there are just no people. And so we have towns that need people. And so I think the um, trying to keep all immigrants out just means that we're rotting away these beautiful cities. Some of them are just great, and you have to have open arms. Welcome people who want to come in and keep your cities alive. You want them to be checked, make sure you're not getting any big time criminals in. But as far as just regular people, these towns really need an influx of some people. And I think that's what will support in the future with our new president, hopefully, Vice President Harris, and her group set out groups of people to investigate how we can help these communities that need an influx of money from the government and people. Because just money's not going to do it. You put money in and you don't have people to maintain or to get new businesses that are up to date, you're not going to be able to achieve much. And here you can see these streets are deserted. Uh, not much as far as cars parked, no people on the street, and any people that are in this town are pretty much holed up in their house, and maybe some of them are doing computer stuff. But basically, these towns, these downtown areas are deserted. So I'm going to be using somebody else's a video just to make some points here, but I found a lot of videos on the internet that really are the same as this one.
To see the missionaries out in the world, they go absolute.
So he met some missionaries, and
Yes. You guys live right up here.
Yes. She lives right there, and I live in the first house on the corner.
So what were you saying about your work these days?
I work 68 hours a
coal
week.
miners.
6 days a week.
68. What's your shift from every day?
5 to 5, 5 a.m. to 5 in the evening, and all the overtime I want.
Do you think people in the country don't understand coal work that well, or what are your thoughts on that?
Working in coal mines, even if it's underground or on top of the ground, is hard work. You go out 10, 12 hours a day. If you go underground, you don't see daylight until the end of your shift.
Yeah.
You work out over top of the ground, you got the heat, you got trucks, you got inspectors you got to deal with. It's not an easy job. A lot of people don't understand that if it wasn't for coal mines, a lot of these people around here would be starving to death. They wouldn't have electricity, they wouldn't have heat. And here you got the government and everybody wanting to shut the coal mines down, do away with this, do everything electric. Well, you got to have coal to run electric plants. And a lot of steamships have to have coal to run to transport goods back and forth.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of your coal goes to China, right?
Yeah. It's just, you got to learn the people, you got to learn the culture.
So what he's saying, that coal is the basic fuel that's running a lot of our businesses, and we don't really realize it because it seems so antiquated. It's hidden underground. Only a few places are doing coal, and they are in need of few people, but those people that they do use are being, uh, doing 12-hour shifts. Plus, they give them overtime. So you can imagine this man, hardworking, rough life. I'm sure he has black lung disease and other problems. And yet his family is not wealthy. He's one of the hardworking Americans that we see and we hear. We want to help, but we need to figure out how we can get a relationship with these communities. Now, this is in West Virginia. There are places in Ohio, like Steubenville, where people are seeing a lot of unemployment due to the closure of steel mills, which back in the 70s, 80s, 90s were doing okay, but since they've closed down, a lot of the jobs have gone to foreign countries for making steel. We need to get those people back to work. Maybe not in the same thing, maybe in the same thing, but it has to be investigated, and we have to see what we can do to revive those beautiful communities and help all of those Americans who need help, who want help, and who just are being overlooked because they're not crying out loud enough. We hear you, we see you, and we want to interact with you. We want to bring you in to our programs, our meetings, and help with distributing money. But of course, in both of these communities and many, many more, they need people. People are the essence that keep things going. And these communities are friendly. They are open to people who are friendly and who want to work and keep the community together. These are family people. Their families from generation to generation want to stay in the same area, but they have to have an incentive to keep the people coming back. You're not going to keep young people in a community where most of the people are in their 60s and 70s because people aren't going to see much